Hey guys, this is my first sit down video since I got back from Morocco and it feels weird. It feels weird, but it feels good. It feels good to be back. How are you guys? I thought I would do like a try on haul of the things that I got during the Sephora VIB sale. So that includes the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. I got it in the shade Golden Hour, which is new. I love the original Glow Screen, which doesn't really have a tint to it. It just has that lovely kind of like highlighty quality to it. So this has a tint and a highlighty quality to it. So I'm really excited, and the timing actually couldn't be better because I got some color while I was in Morocco, which is great. So we're gonna be trying this out. I have two eyeshadow options here. I have this baby gold palette from Natasha Denona, and then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glam to Go. It's this little guy with 8 shadows in there. I think I should be able to use both, or I'll try to use both. And I do have the Valentino Eye to Cheek in Copper Twilight. This was part of, or this is part of their holiday collection, and I think this is limited edition. I did also get their limited edition holiday lipstick, which is in shade 111A, Undressed. I really need to bring my readers in here. Undressed Velvet, and I think this is actually sold out. So I think I may have some other lip options, which we can try. But anyway, I do have this, and if anything, I'll try it on for you, and maybe you'll try some other lip products on. And then I did pick up the Westman Atelier Petal gift set, and I'm dying to try the Petal lit up highlight stick. The other two products in here I've used and I've tried for you before, like the blush stick and the Squeaky Clean liquid lip balm. So I'm definitely going to be focusing on the lit up highlight stick, but as I'm looking down at this haul, I don't have a blush or anything, so I'll probably use the blush as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're starting with the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. Now I'm cheating a little bit because I did use this maybe once or twice before I left for Morocco. And I was really pale, and I thought, oof, this is probably something I can only use in the summertime because it was a little, like I really had to bring it down my neck. I made it work and it was okay, but I thought, well, I'll probably use the regular Glow Screen, the one without the tint, in the cooler months when I'm a lot more pale. But now that I have a little bit of color, this should probably work out pretty well. So here is the Glow Screen. And it does have, I believe, chemical sunscreen in here. Let me just double check. It is SPF 40, like I mentioned, and yes, it has avobenzone, homosalate, octosalate, and octocrylene. So all chemical sunscreens. Just gonna squeeze out probably the same amount and apply that to my forehead area. So can you see? Can you see the tint in it? It is pretty effective if you are going for a bronzed look. Yeah, it like really has enhanced my suntan, which is really, really nice. And then there is that little bit of glow. I shouldn't say little bit. It is quite a glow, and it is all over your face. I have dry skin, so I don't mind an all over glow. If that's not your thing, this isn't gonna be your thing. So there is just, you know, I wouldn't even say it has coverage. What is that? I have schmutz on my face. I wouldn't say it has coverage, but because of that tint, I do feel like kind of smooths out your complexion. And since I don't really like a heavy kind of base product, this is usually fine for me. But I'm actually just remembering, I also purchased during the BIV sale a different shade of the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, which is one of my all-time favorite concealers. And I've been using 2N, which is actually probably perfect, again, now that I have a little bit of color, but I purchased 1N because I felt like 2N was getting a little bit too deep for my skin tone because I was just getting paler and paler as the months went on. So, should I try the 1N for you guys? I think it's just gonna be too light. Anyway, let me go in with the 2N and at least under one eye. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think the 2N works fine. So, okay, I have the 1N for when I do lose this color. And I'm just gonna use my Rephr 36 brush. These new brushes that Rephr came out with, I am in love. In love. This 36 brush is so awesome. It's so, so awesome for concealer and like liquid and cream eyeshadows. It's beautiful, beautiful brush. Yeah, so there is 2N. I think that's the match for me now. Oh well, I got the 1N a little prematurely there, but I'm just gonna finish up applying the 2N. I really love the way this glow screen looks on my skin. It just looks healthy, you know? And I love that it doesn't have a ton of coverage, so it's not like I have to put on like a ton of makeup to kind of balance it out. I am going to spot conceal some of these age spots that I have that definitely got a little bit darker when I was in Morocco. See how this brush is like a fingertip? It's so good. So, so good. And I think, yeah, I think they're 50% off site-wide at Rephr. Is still going on. I don't know what is still in stock and what isn't in stock because it moves so quickly, but if you're able to pick up, I mean, any of the brushes really, but I really like this number 36 brush. Okay, so, well, that was the Dior Forever Correct Concealer, which was not new, that I've been using for a gazillion years. Let's move on to, oh, the Westman Atelier stuff. I'm so excited for this Lit Up Highlight Stick. So this is the Petal gift set, and she had come out with a Petal Baby Cheeks blush stick, which is probably, I think, like the best seller because it is just a very neutral kind of pink. And so she basically, you know, used that as inspiration and created this Lit Up Highlight Stick. So, oh, this is the blush, by the way. This is the blush stick that I pulled out. So that's the shade Petal. And then here is the Lit Up Highlight Stick. Now, I was so pleasantly surprised at how cool tone this is. Do you see how it looks almost like it's a lilac? Isn't that so pretty? I was really, really shocked, I guess. I was really, really surprised at the tone of this. So I think I'm getting ahead of myself because I should probably apply some blush first. So I'm just gonna go in with the Petal blush, and I'm gonna use the Westman Atelier blender brush. This is like a flat top kabuki brush. I'm just gonna graze it over Petal. Just brush that onto my cheek. And this brush works beautifully when you kind of sweep it along your cheekbone. So there is Petal applied. I'm sure you guys can see the difference there. Such a beautiful, beautiful blush shade. Okay, so there is Petal blush applied, and now I'm gonna apply the Lit Up Highlight Stick. And usually what I like to do is sometimes I'll just kind of apply it straight from the stick, but what I'll do is actually use my finger and tap. That's probably how I use this, the Lit Up Highlight Sticks more often. If you guys remember, I love, love, love the Nectar shade. It has a very slight, warm kind of peach tone to it. So this is a really nice addition to the line of the Lit Up Highlight Sticks because this is so cool toned. So there is the glossy goodness that this leaves behind. And the tint is so, so subtle. I don't even know if the camera's gonna catch it, but what I see in my mirror is like just the tiniest, tiniest hint of this shade, of this kind of cool, like plum toned shade. It's really pretty. I got a lot of glow going on here between that glow screen and this Lit Up Highlight Stick. Yeah, I'm loving it. So there is the Petal Lit Up Highlight Stick. Beautiful. I do have this Valentino eye to cheek. Let me see if I can somehow squeeze it on my cheeks somewhere. So again, I got it in the shade Copper Twilight. I feel like it'd be too deep, but let's see. So here's that fun, fun, fun packaging with the Rock Stud V logo. And then here is Copper Twilight. Let's do a quick swatch. Oof, I love these powders. They're so smooth. Maybe I could put some of it back here because it's a little bit deep, I think, for a straight up highlight, but it could be a nice highlight for like a bronzy area. Not that I put any bronze on, but for like any area that I may want to shadow. I'm just gonna tap some, ooh, Yeah, that is deep. See that? Okay. Really, I'm just gonna use a clean finger and blend that out. Use a brush. And blend that out. I'm trying to get, I'm like contorting myself, trying to get an angle so you can see. I don't know if you guys can see the glow that this gives off. I'm gonna try putting it actually on my cheeks because it is such a deep color. I'm not sure if this works that well on the cheeks for me. But wow, it definitely is a deep color. I think this would be beautiful highlight if you have a deeper skin tone. But I just use that as a blush topper. Ooh. It kind of works as a blush topper. I'll do the same thing over here. Definitely makes for a more dramatic blush. It like deepened up my petal blush and then it added this sort of golden sheen to it. Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, I like that. Okay. Wow, great for the holidays. I do think this would be nice for eyes too, but I have a lot of other eye things to try out today. So let's get to that. Let me put in some Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel into my eyebrows. All right, so we've got this Glam to Go, and then we have this baby. So I think I'm gonna start with this matte shade in the Baby Gold palette. So I'm gonna start with this BK Beauty A502, am I remembering? Yeah, A502 brush. This was part of the Hot and Flashy set. And I'm just gonna run that shade like in my socket line area and the outer corner. All of the possible transition shades in the Glam to Go palette are very cool toned, and I happen to like a more warm toned shade for transition for some reason. Not always, but maybe it's because I'm wearing like a camel color. That's just sort of, when I looked at my eyes, I thought, oh, I want to use like a shade like this. Okay, now I feel like I've framed out my eyes. I'm gonna go to the Glam to Go palette. I'm gonna use this Fireworks. I can't decide between Fireworks, which is this darker metallic shade, or this light pink shade, which is called Pretty. And then they also have Sunburst, which is probably the warmest metallic shade in here. I think I'm gonna go for Fireworks. So I'm gonna use my Sonia G Worker Pro brush, go into Fireworks. Ooh. Oh, pretty. I forgot that this is like a shifty shade. And so it's a lot lighter looking on the lid than it looks in the pan, which actually works out best for me. And there's like a little bit of a pinky peach metallic sheen to it. I love this shade. This Fireworks shade is so pretty. I mean, you can see like the shade that it looks in the pan right here. You can see it a little bit like at an angle. Now I want to use one last shade to just sort of deepen up my outer corners a little bit. So I can use this dusk shade, or I can use the chocolate brown shade over here. This dusk shade seems like there's a little bit of purple in there. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona, whoa, almost dropped it. The Natasha Denona brown, because this one looks like just kind of a true chocolatey brown. So I'm going to use my trusty Esom W36 brush, one of my favorite brushes for the outer corner. Give a little bit of accent there. There, voila. Wow, that did a nice like uplifting. I think I usually angle it a little further down, but I angled it a little higher, and I feel like it's giving me a little bit of a facelift there. The power of makeup. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the same shade and actually use it as eyeliner. So I've got my T05 brush from Esom, and this is such a great stamping brush. I'm just gonna press that into my lash line. Not bad. I really like the look that I got. I really like that Fireworks shade from the ABH Glam to Go palette. That is really, really pretty. Wow. wonderful, wonderful one and done shade too, which I'll definitely have to try without all of these supporting matte shades from Natasha Denona. All right, so I'm gonna curl my eyelashes, throw on some mascara. I didn't haul any mascara during this Sephora VIB sale, so I'm just gonna curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Well, I ended up with such a glam like eye look. I was not planning that at all. All right, let's try this Valentino 111A Undressed Velvet lip color. So let me show you the packaging first. I'm not the fan of this Valentino lipstick packaging. It's just very, I don't know, it's like very plasticky. Anyway, it has the rock stud pattern along the bullet, very cool. And then here is the color. Let me just do a hand swatch. So that is the shade, very pretty. It's like a little red, a little pink. It's kind of like in between, but there's also a little bit of warmth to it. It's a very interesting shade. Formula is very, very nice. It is really, really creamy feeling, despite it having a pretty matte appearance. It feels like a cream lipstick. It's very pretty. It's a very charming kind of color. Very, very nice. Well, I can see why it sold out. Let me actually double check. I'm pretty sure this sold out, at least the last time I looked, but I could be mistaken, or they could have restocked. Yeah, this is out of stock. Let me see if this shade is actually part of their regular line, because you know when they do this like holiday packaging and it's like limited edition, but it could just be limited edition in its packaging and not the actual color. So hold on. Ah, yes, it is part of the regular line, 111A Undressed Velvet. It's described as a dark brick nude. Okay, all right. Well, if you don't mind getting the red packaging, so the packaging that looks like this, it is available. Well, I'm so glad I looked. There is another lipstick that I do want to try that wasn't part of this haul, but it is available at Sephora. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Okay, so Bobbi Brown redid their Luxe lipsticks, and I loved their Luxe lipsticks, the previous version. So I'm very curious what this like newly reformulated, newly packaged lipstick is going to look and feel like. The packaging is very, very nice. And I did pull out the shade Rosewood, which is more of a nude. So I wanted to try this on. Let me go ahead and take off this Valentino. All right, let's try this on. And they're claiming now that this new formula has like a 10-hour long wear, which I don't think the previous formula claimed. So hopefully it'll be just as creamy feeling, which so far it is. All right, there is Rosewood. Wow, it's a lot lighter than I thought. I think I'm not used to the fact that I actually have like a little bit of a tan, and then I used this glow screen, which enhanced that even more. But I thought this was just gonna be like a nice nude, but it really is quite pale. I feel like I'm giving you like a concealer lip look here. I don't really mind it. Okay. This does feel very creamy, but it feels a little bit more slippy, you know, and I'm not a makeup formulator or anything, but just from experience and trying so many different lipsticks, this lipstick feels less oily and more silicone-y. And I'm not sure if I necessarily like that for the long run. I've noticed, personally at least, that lipsticks or lip products that have more silicone in them will feel really, really slippery and creamy at first, and then they start to feel very drying. Again, I have really, really dry skin. But anyway, I'll just have to wear it and see what happens and how it feels. But that's it. That's my try-on haul. So I think pretty much everything that I got from the VIB sale has been a big, big win. I'm really excited for this Fireworks eyeshadow and this whole eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna have to keep playing around with this and use it solely for an eye look, but super pretty. And you know what I think just like totally blew me away is this like eye to cheek situation. I do think this would be a really beautiful eyeshadow, obviously. Whoops, the brush just came out. But to use it on my cheeks as like a blush topper, just right here on the apples of my cheeks, I love what it did. I really love how it like just kind of deepened everything up and then gave it this like metallic shift. It's so great for the holidays. Oh, I love it. And of course, the Westman Atelier products are beautiful. Yes, yes, a successful haul. Awesome. Well, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.